Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the David Hittle Real Estate Show. As always, I'm David Hittle. I am a real estate agent or a realtor or a VA certified realtor twice over with United Real Estate Louisville. And I'm honored, as always, to be able to come to you today and provide you with the most up-to-date information about our local real estate market and our national real estate market. And that is what I enjoy doing. And it's part of my weekly routine now. So we will accomplish the goal. So today we are going to talk about, should you still buy a home? We're actually going to answer the question of, should you still buy a home with the latest news about inflation? But before we get to that topic, we're going to talk about the emotional and non-financial benefits of home ownership, because there are some emotional benefits and there are considerably a lot of non-financial benefits to owning a home, and those benefits may influence your opinion on whether or not now is the time to buy a home. Facebook here is trying to reconnect me due to a poor wireless connection. My broadcast has been paused, and they, of course, can ask me to move to a better signal spot, but this is my office, and this is where I conduct all my business. So whenever Facebook reconnects, we'll see Facebook again. Those individuals can always come over here to YouTube. YouTube seems to be running just fine right now. So let's get started. But before we do, let me ask you, now they just decided to end my broadcast on Facebook. So let me get this going again. I apologize for the ridiculousness of Facebook. I apologize, Facebook, for whatever reason. Facebook decided just to end the broadcast right in the middle of reconnecting, apparently, is what it was trying to do. I'm not sure. I've got YouTube running here just perfectly fine and dandy, and Facebook's supposed to be running up there, but I digress. Before we get started with the topics today, I would like to ask everyone to visit my website as Facebook decides to try to reconnect again. You can visit my website at Shopkentuckyhomes, all one word, all spelled out.com. That's SHOPKENTUCKY, homes, HOMES.com, for all of your real estate needs. Lots of stuff you can do on there, so check it out today. So the emotional and non-financial benefits of home ownership. So with higher mortgage rates, you might be wondering if now is the best time to buy a home. And while there are financial aspects, and while the financial aspects of are important to consider, there are also powerful non-financial reasons that it may make sense to make a move. And here are just a few of the benefits that come with home ownership. The first is homeowners can make their home truly their own. So owning your home gives you a significant sense of accomplishment because it's a space that you can customize to your heart's desire. You can paint the whole thing purple if you want, and nobody can tell you you can't. And that, of course, that customization to your heart's desire can bring you added happiness. In fact, a report from the National Association of Realtors, which I'm a member of, shows that making updates or remodeling your home can help you feel more at ease and comfortable in your living space. And again, Facebook decides to cut out, so we will just leave it alone. The National Association measures this with what they call a joy score, and that joy score indicates how much happiness specific home upgrades bring, according to the National Association of Realtors. And here's what they came up with. There were numerous interior projects that received a perfect joy score of 10. Painting the entire interior of your home, painting one room of your home, adding a new home office, hardwood flooring refinishing, new wood flooring, a closet renovation, an insulation upgrade, and an attic conversion to actual living space. All of those projects received a joy score of 10, according to the National Association of Realtors. And as a homeowner, unless there are specific HOA requirements, you typically won't have to worry about the changes you can and can't make. If you rent, on the other hand, you may not have that same freedom. And if you do make changes as a renter, there's a good chance you'll have to revert those back at the end of your lease based on your rental agreement. And that can add additional costs when you decide to move out. Another reason is the responsibilities of home ownership can give you a greater sense of achievement. So, of course, there's no denying that taking care of your home is a large responsibility, but it's one you'll likely take pride in as a homeowner. Freddie Mac, one of the governmental mortgage-backed lenders, says, quote, as the homeowner, you have the freedom to adopt a pet, paint the walls any color you choose, renovate your kitchen, and much, much more. Of course, along with the freedoms of home ownership come responsibilities, such as making your monthly mortgage payments on time and maintaining your home. But as the property owner, you will be caring for your own investment. So again, you are not taking care of a living space that belongs to investment for the upgrades or repairs that you make. Another great reason, another non-financial reason for home ownership is that home ownership can lead to greater community engagement. That sense of ownership and your feelings of responsibility can even extend beyond the walls of your home. Your home also gives you a stake in the community because the average homeowner stays in their home for longer than just a few years. And that can lead to having a stronger connection to your local area. Again, the National Association of Realtors notes how that can benefit you, saying, quote, living in one place for a longer amount of time creates an obvious sense of community pride, which may lead to more investment in said community. So, if you are looking to put down roots, home ownership can help fuel a sense of connection to the area and those around you. So, if you are planning to buy a home this year, there are incredible benefits waiting for you at the end of your journey, including the ability to customize your home, the sense of achievement home ownership brings, and a greater connection to your community. So if you're ready to take the next steps, let's connect to discuss everything that home ownership has to offer you. And that is very important to know that the place you live is not just a place you lay your head. It's a place where you raise your family, you raise a pet, you customize, it's your own. It's your own. It's your nest egg for a financial reason to home ownership. Those who own a home have greater net worth by far than those who rent. And as I spoke about a few weeks ago, the sheer fact that over the past 5 years here in Kentucky, we have seen over a 60% increase in home values and home equity. And then the fact that over the past 30 years, we have seen over a 200% increase in home equity means that if you are renting, you are paying someone else's mortgage instead of paying your own. And if you can afford it, I know it's getting tougher and tougher, and I can help you know whether or not that is the case. But if you can afford it and you are wanting to move in, or even if you're wanting to prepare for home ownership in the future, let's connect so that I can go over the process, the path, so that you have the right information to make the best decisions possible. That's my job, is to make sure that you have all of the information you need to make the absolute best decision possible. So the second topic today is whether or not you should buy a home with the latest news about inflation. So, of course, you've heard about inflation. You've probably heard the word recession. Pay attention to the news. You'll also know that the Federal Reserve is, quote unquote, working hard to bring down inflation. And the latest data shows the inflation rate is still high, remaining around 8%. This news impacted the stock market and added fuel to the fire for conversations about a recession, which technically we are in. We're in a recession because there have been 2 straight quarters of negative GDP growth, which is the definition of a recession. So you are likely feeling the impact in your day-to-day life as well. As the cost of goods and services climbs, gas prices increase, the cost of living increases, the pinch that it is creating in your wallet, and the looming economic uncertainty may leave you wondering, should I still buy a home right now? And if that question is top of mind for you, here is what you need to know. First thing is that home ownership is historically a great hedge to inflation. In an inflationary economy, prices rise across the board. And historically, home ownership is a great hedge against those rising costs because you can lock in what's likely your largest monthly payment, your mortgage, for the duration of your loan. Unlike rent, if inflation is impacting your landlord is going to raise the rent. That lock on your monthly largest monthly mortgage payment, your mortgage, helps stabilize some of your monthly expenses. James Royal, the senior wealth management reporter at Bankrate, put it this way. He says, quote, a fixed rate mortgage allows you to maintain the biggest portion of housing expenses at the same payment. Sure, property taxes will rise now and then, and other expenses may creep up, but your monthly housing payment remains the same. And with rents being as high as they are, future rent hikes may be even more important. Lawrence Young, the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, again, which I'm a member of, explains it this way. And he explains what happens to rents in the latest inflation report. Inflation is refusing to budge. In September, consumer prices rose by 8.2%, and rents rose by 7.2%. That is the highest pace for rents increasing in 40 years. So when you rent, your monthly payment is determined by your lease, which typically renews on an annual basis. With inflation high, your landlord may be more likely to increase your payments to offset the impact on them of inflation. And that may be part of the reason why a survey from Realtor.com showed that 72% of landlords said they plan to raise the rent on one or more of their properties in the next year. Becoming a homeowner, if you are ready and able to do so, can provide lasting stability and a reliable shelter in times of economic uncertainty. So, again, if you are ready and able to do so, the best hedge against inflation is a fixed house, and go over all of your options and see what type of budget you're working with and what type of monthly payment you are going to see on your new home versus on your rental or on your rented home. So everyone, I'm going to do this one short today. We've already lost Facebook because it couldn't figure out how to connect. But I will leave you with this. Today is Sunday, October 23rd. It is Snow Leopard Day. Snow Leopard Day. If you have not had the opportunity to see a snow leopard, make sure you visit your local zoo. Again, helping the community, building the community, spending in the community. Go visit your local zoo and see if they have a snow leopard that you can take a look at. Very majestic and beautiful animal, if I do say so myself. So until next Sunday, it will be the last Sunday of October. How this year, how this month is flying by. Until next Sunday, I want to encourage you to visit my website, Shopkentuckyhomes.com today. See everything that it has to offer. And until next week, I thank you all for watching as always. It is my honor to do this show and to try to keep everyone informed of what is happening in the real estate market. And until next week, I thank you all. Have a beautiful Sunday and have an amazing day.